Today I am reviewing Grizzly Man, the documentary made by Werner Herzog, and I put myself in this location because I have some bears behind me in these cubby holes, and I thought it was appropriate because Grizzly Man's about Timothy Treadwell, who went to live with bears and was ultimately killed by bears. I feel like I should preface this review with two facts. Maybe three facts. They all kind of link into each other. The first is I found out about this film and first watched this film when I studied film studies for A-level, and this was one of our documentaries that we did, and it became my favourite documentary ever and one of my favourite pieces of film ever because of so many reasons that I'll get onto. So then I was staying with my friends in Falmouth, where they're at university, doing theatre back in January. We intended to go see La La Land, myself, my friend Lauren, who I was staying with, and a couple of her uni friends. We trundled off down to the cinema where it was fully booked. So we booked for the next night, and I have a review of La La Land which I shall link below. But we didn't end up seeing it, so we came back. We still wanted to watch something, and after thinking over a few ideas, myself and Lauren I don't know how it came about, but we ended up coming up with the idea of watching Grizzly Man, and my friend Katie was there, who also studied film studies with us, and we all just watched Grizzly Man and got to see Hazel and Jay watch it for the first time, and it was wonderful seeing other people experience this mental film. So then the next day I created a Tinder profile, and I wanted to put in a couple of really specific things that people might get the reference to. So I put hater of goats, which I am. Maybe I'll talk about that on my other channel, my vloggy musical channel one day. I don't know. But also Timothy Treadwell fan. And here we are. Let's talk about it. So Timothy Treadwell was a man who went to live with bears every summer, and eventually he was killed by a bear, and as you watch the film you understand kind of why that happened and you get it in much more detail, but I'm not going to go into the details because that's spoilers and it ruins the film. What makes this film so brilliant is that it's more than half of this film is Timothy Treadwell's own video blogs that he did, I suppose vlogs that he did living with the bears and talking about his love for the bears, and he was kind of insane, and watching it you have to wonder to yourself where his own boundaries were drawn, because it doesn't seem that he had many boundaries. He got very close to them. He saw himself kind of as a bear, and the way he talks about them is a little bit romantic and like a relationship, so that's quite interesting in itself. And I think what makes this film so brilliant is Timothy Treadwell himself. His own personality and the way he talks about things is so funny that it's just brilliant. But Werner Herzog is a hugely well-known filmmaker, and the way he pulls all the clips together and puts them through with his own voiceover, it works so well because he brings in the comedy, and you really have the funny moments, into a heartbreaking or sad moment where you feel for Timothy or you feel for the bears or whatever it may be. You then have interviews with various people from Timothy's life. You have interviews with people who didn't agree with what Timothy was doing. You have interviews with his ex-girlfriend, with his friend, with his parents, and you get to see Timothy fleshed out around kind of more than just the love of bears. As you delve further into this film, you become more and more engrossed in this frankly ridiculous story, but it's so engaging because, well, I think because of Timothy Treadwell and because of Werner Herzog's brilliant vision for what this film should be. I truly don't know how this film was marketed, as whether it was a film about Timothy Treadwell's life, about bears, and why they needed to be saved, and Timothy Treadwell is just the front of that, or whether it's kind of about more. It feels like it ends up being about more. And actually there are some very, very harrowing moments in this, as well as some comedy gold. The whole time I'm talking, my brain is playing a a montage of all the best quotes from this film. In fact, I think I'll link the trailer below because it's gold. There's a quote from Werner Herzog in this film which I think myself and all my friends who have seen this film use frequently in day-to-day life now. When something happens, we just say, "It is a metaphor for his soul," in our thick German accents, because that line is iconic and not enough people have seen this film to understand the reference. I can only ever hope that I am as passionate about anything as Timothy Treadwell was about his cause. If I can find that passion inside me and actually die as happy, of course we don't know if he died happy, but there are lots of... Stop texting me. There are lots of references that he himself makes in his vlogs that are almost foreshadowing his own life. And if I died doing something that I am so passionate about and love in the way that Timothy Treadwell does, that's pretty cool. I think he was a lot happier in his soul than most people I know in the world. He is such a character and he's incredible. I would highly, highly recommend this film. I think it's the best documentary I've ever seen in terms of the way it's all pulled together and the intricate storyline. There are other documentaries that I studied at school that I kind of want to review. I might rewatch them at some point in the year. We'll see. I've got quite a lot of film reviews coming to this channel because I've actually watched a lot of films in the last 2 months, and will probably continue to watch quite a lot of films when I move away and I'm working a lot. Films and TV shows are the best things to do. So there's lots of film and TV show and book reviews coming to you, a couple of theatre reviews, and that's everything. Thank you very much for watching. Tomorrow, I don't know when these videos are going up, possibly later on when you're watching this. Tomorrow for me, I will have a review of It's Gone Out My Head. It's Gone Out My Head. Oh yes, Bride Wars. Bit different, bit of a chick flick. Love it. Alright, bye!